It's Kari Gunnarsson. I live and train here in Denmark. And I was going to show like a little guard pass sequence. It's not really a technique so much. Like it's not like a 1, 2, 3, like grab the hips, control the upper body, blah blah blah. It's more like a little hip movement thing that I've been using a lot lately to pass guard. So I haven't seen it taught that much. So that's why I showed it here at the camp. So the most normal position to get it from is like when you get like this kind of leg weave position here, and you're using your hips to like control him. Because like for him to get out, he's like if he gets his knee here to the outside of my ribs, like then he's out. So all I'm doing here is I want to control his knee and push it down all the time. And to do that, I use like my hip bone, like on the center line of the thigh or below. And then, so I'm here, and I'm like turning outwards, and that's how I'm controlling him. What he usually does, what usually ends up happening here is that when people will start stripping, and like yeah, exactly, he strips out and he gets his knee in, and kind of ruins the guard that way. So what you can do if you're good at like keeping this control, like as he starts stripping out, I'll keep pushing my hip in and make his knees point that way the entire way through. And so if I can keep it there for like 3-4 seconds, I'll just step back, move over to the side. And the reason this works is because if I just try to step back from this position when his knees are still bent, he's gonna hook behind. Yeah, I'll just hook behind my knee. So if I just try to step, like he's gonna hook behind my knee and kind of ruin it for me. And the reason he can do that is because his leg is bent. He can still like extend it a little bit and then kind of fish around. But once he starts pushing down and start like shrimping, if I catch him, yeah, start escaping. Yeah, if I catch him here, so now his legs are kind of extended. He can't really follow. So if I just move him like a little bit away, like even if he extends it all the way now, like he can't catch it. So I can just kind of walk over without him being able to catch me, and then pass the guard. But I mean, it looks really simple, but it's the thing that makes it happen is like your hip movement. So I was kind of saying before that it's kind of like, you know, like those strippers in rap videos, like kind of this movement, like a weird little I don't know what they call it. It's like a weird little stripper hip movement thing. And that's kind of what I'm doing here, because I want my hip bone to be like behind his thigh, because I want to be able to like make his knees point this way even when they're like stretched out. So like all he needs to do is to do this, be able to escape, and I want to prevent that. So I use my hip bone here as a little scoop behind his thigh. So I'm like scooping it this way. So I'm not just putting pressure down, but I'm like moving my hip this way, and I kind of pull myself up with this one too. So if he tries to like move this way, I'll be like putting pressure and eventually jumping over. So if you can keep that pressure, you can get that a lot, and you'll catch that thing in scrambles too. It won't just be from that one pass. Like sometimes I'm just gonna throw it around. I'm trying to get there. I can't really get a little bit over, kind of long step-ish, and get it sometimes. And yeah, that's basically what it is. So if you can get the hip control, you'll start hitting that a lot. That's probably like 40% of my passing right now. It's just catching that position when they're escaping. All right, so just a quick little thing on how I like to control side mount. The grip on my left side is fairly easy. It's just a normal collar grip, and that, like the purpose is to like do the little pry bar thing here. So if he tries to come into me, I'll like push him away with this one. So don't get it like too loose. If you're here, like you got no leverage on him, so get it like nice and deep there. And on this side, what I've been doing lately is I've been grabbing this like little I don't know what this part of the lapel is called, but I guess it's just the lapel. Grip like the side lapel, I guess. And then I use like my arm here like a crowbar. So I'm like really pressing my elbow down and just kind of pinning his hips down. So it's important when you do this that you get like your grip kind of far down to the floor. If I'm like gripping it here, I mean obviously this is kind of loose and I'm not getting any power there. So I'll like dig in as far as I can until I can't get any further down, and then I'll start cranking it up. And now I can like I'm pinning his hips fairly far to the floor, so it's difficult for him to move. So this means that if he turns into me, I can use this kind of pry bar thing. If he turns away from me, I'll just pull him back in. And if he gets like his knee in between there, yeah, like this is kind of classic. I'll just kind of tripod up. So I'll put all my weight on my forearm here on his hips, and kind of move to north south as I'm keeping all these other grips. I don't want him to let him get this on me. I'm still keeping all my other grips and pressures. So I'm pressing down, cranking up, and moving over here. And because I'm pinning his hips down, he can't really just kind of follow behind me and keep getting his hips in. Okay? So that's the basic of holding it. If nothing else, I like getting a knee and belly here. I mean, if you're doing a competition, it's easy points because I got all these grips. I'm still holding them. I can still control it from going away from me and into me, and you get easy points here. But what happens a lot is, once you get this knee and belly, people will want to get rid of it. So the most basic thing is they'll just start shrimping on it. Yeah, put it there and start shrimping on it. So if he commits both his arms here, and is not mindful of his neck, I can just step over immediately. And then I sink my knee to the floor, and I put my forehead on the floor as well. So I kind of lean myself forward, get my knee on the floor, and shin under his head, and then I just kind of stretch out to get that choke. So like the way it looks from the side is I would like get the grip, step over, get my head on the floor, and then I'd get like my shin needs to be parallel to the floor. And like right there you tap like right here, but you still have all of this power to go. So you're basically just sprawling yourself out. And it's kind of important that you land with your head forward. And that's kind of in general from side mount. Like if I land like this, he's gonna roll me over my shoulder. Then I'm basically doing like a little shoulder roll. You gotta use your head a little bit and just kind of face plant. So because if I'm here, because even if like he starts pushing me from here, if he starts to roll me, like if I just face plant, he's not gonna be able to get me over. If I land like this, I'm gonna roll over. So in this case, I'm putting myself there on my own. He's not rolling me. But if I do it in the wrong way, he's gonna roll me, or he can roll me at least. So again, knee and belly, he pushes, I step over, put my head on the floor, keep my shin parallel and under his head. Try not to do this because then you're just gonna crank his head. So get the shin under, and then just extend. Like that. It's probably got a fancy Japanese name, because this is old as shit. Found it on some VSS tape, but I can't remember what it's called, so I just call it the weird side mount choke. I'm not great with names. Hey, what's up, guys? My name is Kari Gunnarsson. You just saw my techniques. Go check out my brand, Odin Fightwear, odinfightwear.com. We have a Facebook page, Instagram, and all the good stuff. It's all just Odin Fightwear, really. Fairly easy to find. Should be top of Google for that.